welcome to How to Jig a Shield. So the first thing you need to do is get all your stuff together. So you need your shield wood, PVA glue, your jig. Definitely can't jig a shield without the jig, and 6 ratchet straps. It's pretty handy to have a friend because jigging is a bit hard to do with your only 2 hands. But the first bit of jigging is to actually have a look at your pieces of wood, because when plywood is manufactured, bits like this can occur. In Lancaster we've called these the jigsaw bits, and you don't want these on the back of a shield that is visible. So we tend to actually glue on these sides, or make sure these are on the side that are going to be canvassed. If you're not going to canvas the back of your shield, you want the one that looks most like actual wood and not plywood as you can. So out of the size we have here, this is probably this one. So if this one has a couple of knots in like this, the better. So you want to make sure wherever you're jigging that your floor is clear. Because we found this jigsaw piece and we decided this was the nicest of the sides of the wood we have, this side is going onto the floor. So now comes the messy bit. PVA gets poured onto the shield. And then use your hands to spread it out. Trying to avoid, if you have any plasters or such on your hands, getting them covered in glue. So you want a nice even coat, so make sure you go right up to the edge. So make sure it sticks together well, and you don't have pieces of plywood coming apart when you get it off the jig. Because it's quite hard to have the jig, it can be quite hard to have the jig strap exactly on the line of this. So it can come apart slightly. Once you've got the glue all the way to the edges with a nice even coat, not too thick, because you don't want to have the glue hardening and making the shield thicker, but enough to keep it sticking together, like so. You then have to go wash your hands for the next stage of jigging. So this we want to lay onto the shield as evenly as you can. It's okay to just slide it over. You won't lose too much glue by doing that. And then straighten it up. Doesn't have to be perfect, but as nice as you can get it. And then you pick it up. And this side, right below the floor, goes onto the jig like that. So that will be in the back of the shield. Make sure when you're ratcheting that these hooks go onto the back of the jig, because those can dent into the shield and thus you have a dent in your canvas later. So these are joined like that, and on the back. You then pull this up to ratchet the shield. Before it gets too tight, you want to try and get it as close to the top as possible, but not over the top like that, because when you're pulling it tight, it sometimes explodes off. So then you carry on going down the jig, putting the ratchets on the brace so they're evenly spaced out. So once we've got halfway down, we tend to flip the jig. This way it's easier to put the last of the ratchet straps on. So when you've got all your ratchets on, this is the part where you tighten them up as much as you can. So it can be helpful to have someone bracing the jig, or the other person pushes on it just to get and puts their whole weight on the ratchets to get them done. And it's the ones that you put on first that tend to be slightly looser than the later ones. It can be helpful to just scrape some of the excess glue that's come out when you do, of the top when you do this, just so you don't have a big club of glue drying on the top of your shield. So PVA glue takes somewhere between 24 and 48 hours to dry fully. So we tend to leave our shields on for at least 24 hours, but it is best to leave it on for a bit longer just to be safe.